Hello, I'm Aida. And in this video we're going to learn how to create this magic portal purely in Alight Motion. This magic portal is made up of rings, and once you make your first ring, it'll feel really easy and fun to make the rest of the portal. So, let's go! Creating the first portal ring. Add a rectangle shape and make it fill the screen. Remember to keep this shape squared or else our ring will end up a little squashed. Then, add the turbulence effect from the procedural category. Add a keyframe at the start and end of the layer and animate the X value of the parallax. Animate the offset in the same direction as well. Finally, decrease the scale to around 0.15. Now, add the wipe effect from the matte mask key category. Increase the start of the wipe effect and set the angle to 90 degrees. Wipe off 2/3 of the layer and increase the feather. Once we have something like this, add the polar coordinates effect from the distortion warp category. Increase the radius to put a hole in the center of the texture and adjust the width for this texture to expand in area. See this sharp crop? Just increase the feather to smoothen it. Leave it looking like this for now. Now we'll fix the appearance of the ring. From the color and light category, add the threshold effect. This will convert our current texture into hard black and white edges, and the edges can be softened with the feather property. How is that moving, you may ask? Well, remember we animated the parallax and offset of the turbulence effect? That is applying the animations to the textures, which is now being processed by the threshold effect. Go to the polar coordinates effect and adjust the radius and width to make a thinner ring. From the turbulence effect, you can adjust the Y value of the stretch property to increase or decrease these textures on the ring. The intensity and bias properties will add more whites because they brighten the main texture up. I'll add a background color by adding a rectangle filling the screen. Now you can see the shadows appearing behind the ring. To get rid of them, add the Luma key effect from the matte mask key category. And increase the low property. I'll set a background color from the color and fill. Then, it looks too fast right now. Like someone's rotating a stiff object and not something like galaxy. To fix this, just increase the X value of the parallax property, and you can get rid of the offset property animation altogether. Creating magical elements means lots of tinkering and experimentation. I'd recommend adding a minimal offset animation. I personally feel like that looks the best. I'll tinker with this a little bit, and since this will be a ring at the back, I'll be making a little more fat, have more width, more thickness. Now let's color our portal ring. To color it, I'll add the solid color effect. You might be wondering why there's this fade around the edges. To show only the hot edges, just set the solid color effects blending mode to multiply. Adding more rings. To add more rings, just duplicate this ring we made. Step 1. Change the solid color of the copy ring. Step 2. Adjust the radius and width of the polar coordinates effect. Step 3. Adjust the Y value of the stretch property. Step 4. Decrease the start property of the wipe effect for the ring to be thicker. Step 5. Adjust the bias and intensity. If you've noticed, there are a ton of ways to increase the width, sometimes by adjusting the width of the polar coordinates effect, sometimes by decreasing the wipe effect, etc, etc. So just do whatever feels best. Step Nth. Just adjust. See how different these two rings are from each other? Despite being family, you can make pretty different looking rings for your portal. So cool. Now, you can duplicate the ring, adjust the effect settings to make more rings. And if you don't want a hole, just set the radius of the polar coordinates to 0. I'll meet you around the end when you'll run into issues. Issues. I happily made the ring, then I'll export it, and BAM! We have issues. The center here is having issues. It's creating long streaks unlike what we see in the project preview. To hide it, I'll just add a circle there with the same color. You also might have issues around the edges of the portal rings. The portal edges will try to stick to the composition. If you have that issue, just group the portal layers and make the group small. That's about it. The next magic tutorial from me would be making this falling star animation. For now, bye bye!